Dalai Lama to migrants. Europe belongs to the Europeans. Holy shit. Dalai Lama just got woke. Yeah, okay, so let's... oh boy, let's talk about this, shall we? The exiled spiritual leader of Tibet says Wednesday that while Europe can help refugees, Europe belongs to the Europeans and migrants should rebuild their homelands. The Dalai Lama made the comments at a conference in Malmo, might mispronouncing, in Sweden, in Sweden, which has struggled with an increase in rape and violent crimes correlating to an increase in refugees from Syria and other predominant Muslim countries. The Dalai Lama argued that European countries were morally responsible for assisting a refugee really facing danger against their life, but the refugees should ultimately go back and rebuild their home countries. He does have a point, but let's keep going. Relieve them, help them, educate them, but ultimately they should develop their own countries, the Dalai Lama said, according to AFP. Quote, I think Europe belongs to the Europeans, he's added, saying that ultimately should rebuild their own country. The spiritual leader's comments likely struck a chord with the locals as Sweden has expressed an explosion in violent migrant gang-related incidents, many of which involve military-grade explosive devices since 2014, when over 100,000 asylum seekers from predominantly Muslim countries settled in the area. The Dalai Lama also made similar comments concerning refugees in Germany in 2016, saying that Europe, for example, Germany, cannot become an Arab country. Holy dooly, this guy is woke. Germany is Germany. There are so many that in practice becomes difficult, he said, but Germany is Germany. There are so many that in practice it becomes difficult, he said, according to The Independent. From a moral point of view too, I think that refugees should only be admitted temporarily, he added. The Dalai Lama clarified at the time that he had compassion for refugees, especially those fleeing from war, but said now the goal of aid should be their return to their homelands. Quote, when we look into the face of every single refugee, especially children and women, we can feel their suffering, he said. The goal should be that they return and help rebuild their countries. The Dalai Lama has remained in exile since 1959 when he escaped Tibet and settled in India with tens of thousands of followers after Chinese communist troops took over the region. The Indian government agreed to grant asylum to him and their followers and also granted voting rights to the Tibetans born in India. The Indian government also bore all the expenses related to establishing a school for Tibetan children in the country. Okay, so what's my thoughts on what he was saying? Technically, he is right. At the end of the day, if you go through and you start draining the intelligence from some of these third world countries, yes, there is some, you go through and you get what they call the brain drain. And basically what you do is you leave a lot of, quote, simpler people there. They keep having more children, the average IQ drops, and it's what you call brain drain. Yes, going through and skimming the cream of the cream off the top, taking the best of the best, is actually a worse thing that you can do for a third world country, because they won't have those people who in normal circumstances would have become doctors, become politicians, become world leaders, or especially country leaders. They won't be there because at the end of the day they're not in that country anymore. So in fact, going through and actually taking these people from these countries, these refugees, actually causes brain drain and is actually the worst thing you can do, because the countries will never recover. So at the end of the day, I completely agree with him that the fact is that sure, if someone is in a war zone and literally escaping war or whatever it may be, then at the end of the day, yes, they should be given refugee status, maybe temporarily, but after a while, pack your bags, you're going home, everything's fine again. And I think a lot of the international communities would stop fighting so much if they also had to go through and start being a little bit more responsible with who they let in or who they didn't let into their country. But I don't know, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Is the Dalai Lama woke? Do you think he is onto something here? Are you shocked that a spiritual leader will actually say this? Personally, I can't wait to see what the left says about this. I really can't. Boy, the left, yeah, good luck, left. Good luck tackling this one. Good luck claiming he's a racist. Because let me know your thoughts are in the comment section below. If this video has been helpful, please smack a like. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, I'll see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube. Have a great night and enjoy.